as a tutorial to show you how to do some stuff in Photoshop, not really realizing that my mic was muted the whole time. That was really awesome. I went to go edit it and upload it to YouTube, and I realized that I couldn't because I was mouthing words and no one could hear anything. So we're going to do this again. We're going to have a little bit of fun here, and I'm going to show you how to do... Oh, I have to find it now. I'm going to show you how to do... I got a lot of stuff on my computer. We're going to go through and learn how to take apart a graphic so you can make it into layers for your... so you can import it into your Select Cameo or your Cricut, and that way you can, without having to make it into an SVG, you can just simply have 4 different items on 4 different layers like this. This isn't exactly what I was trying to show you though, so I totally just opened the wrong thing. Avocado, no? Okay, we'll try searching this then. That didn't save in there. Okay, just bear with me for a minute here. I will find my picture on Google again, and I'll do this again. Okay. That was fun. Okay, so... Okay. So, what I want to show you guys today is how to take a graphic like this one and how to turn it into multiple layers so that you can use it in any of your cutting software without having to import it as an SVG. Because I know sometimes you find a picture you really like, you really want to use it, you want to put on a funny little onesie for your kid, but you just don't know how to take this cool image and make it into something you can cut on your machine. So, this is for people who are familiar with Photoshop. If you're not super familiar with Photoshop, then this might be a little trickier. I'm sure it's the same kind of idea though if you were to use GIMP or any of the free software. As long as you can find select by color, then you should be able to do this. So I'm just going to jump right into it, couple quick steps, and you'll be done. So you're going to want to go into select and then into your color range. I am using CS5, I believe. I don't like CC, so I'm using 5. So we're going to start with green. So we click on green and hey, cool, look, it all shows up. Oh, of course it's not showing up for you. That's really useful. Okay. Oh no. Let's fix that. We're going to use a window capture. Add a new one. That's super great. Okay. Let's also have that come up. Cool. Okay, so hopefully both of those come up for you now. Tells you what I know. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so now that you have this up, that's really good, right? It shows your color. You can pick brown, you can pick black, you can pick whatever you wanted. But this time we're going to start with a light green. It's the biggest area. It's the easiest one to show you on. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to hit your shift key. So when you hit your shift key, that allows you to select more than one area. If you can see in the orange belly there, or the brown belly button, there's a little plus. So you're going to want to select anything that's green. And what happens when you do this is it's picking up all the little different pixels. So it's picking up all the little bits of different colors of green. Because what we want to do is, because for me, I find that these 3 are so close together that I'm going to cut them all together as the same green. I don't have the sanity to cut this one in a slightly lighter green, nor do I even know if my vinyl comes in green shades that are that close together. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a little bit closer to the black here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to, okay. So now what we have to go check is to see if our color actually got close enough. It did pretty well. There's a couple places here where, you know, like you see like around the hand where it didn't get so close. So we have to be really careful and do this. So I'm going to select our color range and we're going to actually add a little bit more in there. See, and that's going to get us a little closer. So now when we go okay, it still doesn't like it. Okay, let's deselect this one. It's always good that you can start again. I mean, this is a super easy process. Just hold your shift, do your slides, go in here. I don't always start super zoomed in. It would probably be beneficial if you did start zoomed in. I just tend to go into a mask layer afterwards and change it, so it's not that big of an issue. Okay, let's try that one. There, way better. So see how close it is here? Now we're selected around the arms. The fingers go on this one here. We're pretty close to these fingers. So what we're going to do for this one really quick is we're going to open a mask layer. So when you open a mask layer, it masks all this out, it's not selected. So in this case, we want to go down to erase. You want to make it a teeny tiny, like 2 pixels maybe. And then you want to erase the red from in here because we want those fingers to be separated when we cut it. Okay, unmask that, and there you go. So that'll work for this layer. So now we're going to zoom back out to fit it on our screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go Control C for copy, Control V for paste, and now we have a new layer here. You see it? We've got a new layer here of just a little avocado. Okay, so we're going to rename that layer. So double click it. We're going to call this light green. All right, now we're going to go back to layer 1. We're going to go select color range, and we're going to, before we do that, let's zoom in again since that seemed to make this a lot easier to process. Okay, now we're going to go select color range, and we're going to go with a green here. So you're once again, you want to hold shift, you want to slide across. Now, the downside to holding shift and sliding it across is that you might pick up pixels you don't want, and then if you were to Control Z to undo that, you lose everything. So it's better if you hold shift and just do little clicks, because that way if you're going to undo something, you can undo one small movement instead of a lot of large ones. See, like there, did too much. So now I got to undo that. No, that's still too much. I just want to mostly get this. I don't really want to get the other colors in there. Perfect. And then if you just look around when you do it, just make sure there's no other areas here that it got a pixel. So down here, it's really hard to see, but in the belly, there's actually 1 pixel. So we're going to go mask, and then because it's red in the belly, we're going to paint red. We're just going to get rid of that one. Let's say, just to be safe, let's just do this across the other part. Okay, good. Out of the mask. We're going to zoom it back to its actual pixels. We'll Control C on the layer. We'll Control V, and then this will be dark green. Okay, so 2 more colors now. We got to do the brown. So let's zoom in on his belly. Make sure we're back on layer 1. We will go select, we'll go color range, and we're going to select in the browns now. So again, just slide it down here, select all these browns. You want to get a little bit of everything. You don't want to be without a color in the end here. It shouldn't matter too much when you do your import into your Cricut or into your Sil Studio, but okay, and then we will go okay. So now let's select all of our browns. I'm not really happy with that. I want it a little closer, so I'm going to unselect it, which is Control D for deselect. I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to get upright in close to this black here, because I want this to select as close as I can to the black. Oh, too much. See what happens? Okay, there. How about that? That's a little better. See, so now it's way, way, way tighter on the black there. So again, Control C, Control V. We'll rename this one Pit. And then we have our last layer here, which is going to be our black layer. This is going to be the little bit tricky one. So we're going to select our color range. We'll select our black. So because there's so many close ones here, you got the black that gets close to the white. You've got black that gets close to the green. You've got black that's close to these 2 greens. You've got these ones here, this one here. You've got this one over here. You've got close to these fingers. And we also want to get close to this dark green, right? We want to get this black here that's close to this dark green as well, so that we can make sure that we are getting a full solid outline here. And then we'll go just on this one here just to be safe. And then it looks like over here for some reason we might be missing something. It could just be how tiny that black graphic is though. Okay, so I'm pretty confident with that. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, when I look at it here, yeah, it's pretty good. Nothing's too overdone. Yeah, that's really good. I'm really liking that. Okay, so then we are going to go back to make sure we're on layer 1. We're going to go Control C, Control V, and then we are going to rename this Outline. Alright, now the best part of this is that we should, fingers crossed here guys, fingers crossed, we should be able to unclick layer 1 and it should look pretty much the exact same. So we'll unclick layer 1. Oh, I don't show the green. I'm sorry. We'll unclick layer 1, and it looks the exact same. That means that we did the layers. There's no white spaces between them. They all nicely overlap each other just a little bit. But in order to say this is a PNG, and a PNG is with a transparent background, so we do so when you upload this into your Cricut software, you don't have to go through and click all the little white stuff to get rid of that from your background. When you save as a PNG, it already has no background. So it's going to make your life so much easier because you don't have to click all the tiny little places. So let's move the outline. Let's go up here. Let's move the little pit. Let's put him here. Let's take the light green. We'll move him down. And then the dark green, I'm going to go Control and T. That's for transform. Now I can move this wherever I want. I can change its side. I can rotate it. Do whatever I want to do with it. So let's put that right there. Awesome. So that is there. Perfect. We'll hit enter to lock that in. Sorry, I touched my cat and I'm really allergic to her. So I'm super itchy right now. Okay, I'm going to move these things over here just to make this make a little more sense. And then we're going to file and we're going to save it for web and devices. And when we do that, we save it here as a PNG. You again can't see this because I don't have this set up. So let's add this in so you can see what we're doing. We're going to window capture this because I want to make sure you can actually see what's happening here. Okay, there. So we want to save this for web and devices. Hopefully that's coming up there for you guys. So we want to save this here for web and devices. And that is going to, why that has made that little belly colored there though, I don't know. I want to go double check something and make sure that that didn't pick up that right. So let's go see when you look at his belly, it didn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the black outline and we're going to highlight inside of his belly here. And if you click it and you just keep clicking it, if you hold shift and click, it'll get rid of all that stuff. So we'll do that. Really for good measure, we could even just take our brush in here and we could just erase everything. I don't really know why it's showing white in there. There was never white in there to start with. But just to be safe, let's just get rid of anything that could be in there. Oh, and I did too much. Let's just be safe and get rid of anything that could be in there because I don't want that to mess with you guys when you go to put it into your, especially into Cricut. Sil's not as picky, but Cricut is. So then we save it. Okay, so that's better there. The letters are fine. Everything else is good. Okay, so we can save that. And then we will save this as avocado again. And we will save that. And there you go. And then when you upload it into your Cricut design space, you can just take your box tools and you can just separate each piece on its own. So there are 4 different items. I mean, yes, you could separate this and make this into, you know, I could save this. I could remove these 3 and I could save just the light green as one file. And then I could save just the dark green as a file and then save just the pit as a file and then just the outline as a file. But that's way more space in your hard drive. That's more things to upload. And then potentially they're all going to be different sizes when they come in. So when you upload them all together like this, it actually keeps them all the same size. So you're not having to resize things once you put it into your software, which is really nice. You're not going to have to try and line them all back up again. Ideally, you could also, if you are going to be layering this, take the green here and just paint over his face and his arm and make that just solid. So you're just layering the black on top of it. But once again, that's going to be your decision if you want to do that or not. If you want to fill that in Silhouette Studio, you could really easily just release the compound path, delete the eyes, and then redo the compound path. Anyway, that is how we do that. And I hope this helped you.